Hey, this is my Y-Class, NZ Y-Class locomotive. It's based on the simplex design 5-inch gauge. It's been in storage for quite a long time. That's why it needs such a good clean and repaint, really. Still runs well though. It was built in 1982 by an electrical engineer. Did an awesome job on all the little bits and pieces. Pretty simple to operate once you sort of know what everything does, but as you can see, I've got a good little fire in there going, running on coal at the moment. Half a gauge of glass of water, building up pressure at the moment. Normal running's around about 90 psi, so not bad for a little thing. This will pull around about a tonne to a tonne and a half on the track. It's got a pretty good power to weight ratio considering it's only about 80 kilos. So yeah, normal valve drain down here for when you're running. At the start, just make sure your cylinders are all drained of water. This is my manual sort of axle pump on off. Normally it bypasses into the tank. If I wind it this way, it turns off the tank speed and it pushes it into the boiler. Last time I made a video that was leaking quite badly, so I'll fix that. Normal forward and reverse, just in here if you can just see it. That gives me my pressures inside my cylinders, drain on the gauge glass itself, and the handbrake. This doesn't have a whistle because the guy that made the locomotive could never decide which one he liked, so yeah, pretty simple, like I say, to run. It's already in forward. Just open it up a little bit. You can see and as you can see, it's draining the cylinders at the moment. There's still bits and pieces of water dropping out. I've got oil coating everything at the moment just to make sure it's nice and free. I go back to the cab. I close off this. It shuts off those drains. This one leaks a little bit, but it's not too hard to adjust. I can now slow the blower down a little bit since it's running. This is just, for those of you who don't know these, this is just so that you can basically keep your fire going and keep a draft inside your firebox while you're sitting at a station or whatever. Otherwise it gives you a nice normal run. It's a nice little runner. As you can see at the moment, the water's bypassing, and if I shut off that valve, it's now pumping water into the boiler, and you can watch the gauge glass go up. I try to keep about a half glass in this most of the times. And it's bypassing again. Simple to get into reverse. look underneath. Not sure if we can see it all. That's the axle pump there, continuously pumping water. Got a bit of a leak. As I said though, it's been in storage for quite a few years, so there's all the seals and things that have dried up. It always tends to happen with this. If you leave it sitting for more than 2 or 3 years, you end up having to change the superheater sealing and reseal all of the valves, and yeah, so there's always a bit to do. Yeah, that is my New Zealand Y-Class based on the simplex design.